Well, the Brant Harmonica Guild is really quite a neophyte in the world. We're only a year old. We're celebrating. Actually, it was in December of 2012 when we had our first meeting at the Tourism Center here in Brantford, and we drew people from all over Southern Ontario. So there was obviously a demand for what we were able to provide, even though they didn't quite know what we were providing yet. And currently, we have about 18 paid members right now. Um, and a lot of people are going to be coming back after vacations or whatnot. So we've got good support in the area. It came about because I was getting back into playing harmonica. I started when I was 12. My parents got me a chromatic harmonica, a chromatic 64, which is a Hohner product. And I only got so good at it. I started playing Scotland the Brave and whatnot. And I had nobody to learn from. I had nobody to hear. So slowly but surely, that harmonica became relegated to a box, and that box became relegated to a closet, and soon enough you forget about it. But I never totally did, and I'm a realtor. So probably about 8, 9 years ago, I thought, wouldn't it be grand if I just had a diatonic harmonica, just a 10-hole harmonica, and I could put that into my glove compartment, and then while I'm waiting for my clients, I can pull it out and I can practice a few tunes. There's only one problem with that is you don't learn how to play harmonica when it's in a glove compartment. With harmonicas, you have to have them everywhere. In fact, they encourage that every level of your house, every room practically, you have a harmonica. So when the urge hits you, you can just pull it out and start playing. So with today's advent of the internet and YouTube and everything else, you really have an opportunity to hear a lot of experts. And so many people are willing to share that information with you. And so I started learning to play the diatonic harmonica. And I started purchasing another one and another one and another one. And that's just the way it happens. At a certain point, it became an issue of, if I really want to progress, I'm going to have to be able to perform in front of other people. I'd love to have other people that I could share information with, back and forth, and hopefully teach a few people and get them up to a certain level. And that was the concept behind the Brant Harmonica Guild. As I mentioned, we're quite a unique club. Harmonica clubs, by and large, are dying out in North America. I think they're coming back a little bit. But really, if you look at our neck of the woods, there's only really two clubs that I'm fully aware of. And that's in Oakville and Toronto. Now, the people that attend those, you really have to have two conditions. First off, that you have a chromatic harmonica, which is the one with the slider bar. All right, so you've got all the notes capable. And you also have to be able to read music. So where does that leave the people that just maybe want to pick it up, or maybe it's in their shoebox, in their closet, and they want to pull it out and try it again, and maybe they have a little bit more time on their hands to be able to do that? That's where our group comes in, because we cater to the broad spectrum. We have neophytes that have no knowledge of harmonica. We have men and women that want to get back into it, learn a little bit more, and experience that. And then we have seasoned veterans like Mo Vint. Mo Vint is the owner of the name the Harmonicats. And the Harmonicats were created about 1947. In 1949, they had a top vinyl selling record. So it's quite profound. And that's a group. Now that would be where you have a chromatic harmonica player, you have a chordal harmonica player, and a bass harmonica player. So there's all these different harmonicas. But our group fundamentally targets, with all due respect to all of the harmonicas that are out there, and we do have chromatic play as well, but mostly I would say we're diatonic players. And that's what's affordable for everybody. I mean, you can get yourself a respectable harmonica starting at around $30 or so, and learn how to play. And it opens up the whole doors to you, because out of those 10 holes, essentially, in theory, you can get all 37 notes out of 10 holes. The ones that aren't there, that exist physically on the harmonica, you create with the shape of your mouth and how you position your tongue. And that's how you get all that bending, whether it's blow bending or draw bending, over bending, overdrawing, all these things, all these notes that come out that don't exist physically on the harmonica, but you create yourself. So our group embraces those people that are neophytes, the people that are coming back to just pick it up again as a hobby, and also challenge, hopefully, the experienced players out there to improve and better themselves. Because once you start down the path, the whole world of music and music theory is open to you, just with a $30 investment.
So, what is it like teaching people who have never even touched a harmonica before?
It's really not that difficult. You do have to have a time element there. It's like any instrument. In fact, here's a line with harmonicas: simple to learn, a lifetime to master. Within 10 minutes, you can be playing a tune because of the way the notes are arranged on the harmonica by a gentleman by the name of Richter. So you hear this term on a 10-hole harmonica called Richter tuning. And probably about 95% of all harmonicas are tuned to Richter tuning, which is what we hear. And the way he designed that was so that you could play chords. It wasn't intentionally designed at the beginning to play individual notes, but more chords. So you have on the top, for example, I'm holding a B harmonica right now. If I blow anywhere on this harmonica, it's a B chord. All those are B chords. It's just a matter of the placement of the notes that make up the chord. At the bottom you have other chords as well. So you do have all these different chords there, and that's really how it was designed at the beginning, to kind of play those chordal type songs. It's really not that difficult to teach somebody the harmonica. There's some basics. First of all, how to hold a harmonica in your hand properly so that you can cup it with your other hand. How to approach the harmonica with your mouth. I talked about embouchure before. Embouchure is that relation your mouth has to the harmonica. You want to be able to develop a certain tone when you play it and get a bit of a rich sound, and you can develop that. Probably one of the most important things to understand is you're not blowing and drawing like you might think. You're actually breathing, and it's that natural breath from your diaphragm that really makes a harmonica sound as it does, as you hear it. 10 minutes, you can learn a song, but it can take your lifetime to be able to get anywhere where you feel satisfied that you've achieved something.